Hey, it's the Kirk and Byrd Show, and this is Rusty Byrd. Co-host Kirk's not here today, so Jay's filling in for him. So again, this is Rusty Byrd with Jay Gholson, and yes, that is Coach Darryl Overton, and it's not football season. Coach Darryl Overton is the head coach of the Freedom-Woodbridge Lady Eagles. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Man, appreciate y'all, being here again. Always good seeing Jay, you're home too, so appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, see my shirt here? The Freedom Eagles shirt ready.
Man, Coach, you getting it done, and you bring Freedom Girls program. You've been getting it going for a little bit, but now y'all are out there. Overall, I think you have an 11-7 record.
Yeah.
You're tied for first place in the Cardinal District, and you got a big game coming up against Cogan that will decide who's going to be in first. In fact, that's where I was saying Cogan is 11-8. You guys are 11-7, but your 7 losses are only one was in the district. The rest are from some dynamic, great teams. So I just want to start out by letting people know. So some of the teams they've played and lost to, they played Thomas Dale, which consensusly across the state, people are saying is the best team, no matter the class. And that includes, Princess Anne and all those, really good teams. But the class of Class 6, and y'all played them. You've played Brooklyn Law and Tech, Xavier, like, Coach, like what? Y'all played Virginia Academy. You've played Osborne Park. They're in the county, but they're not in your district. Man, tell me, how did you come up with this schedule?
Man, it's kind of the same, when we talk about, football, we've talked about this, and I tell the girls, when you want to go from good to great, you got to play against great teams. And basically what I did is I looked at the Visa and the Virginia High School League playoffs, and we sent emails to everybody asking to play. And so basically you see who responded, like St. Anne Belleville, they had the Gatorade Player of the Year. They won the last 2 Visa State Championships.
Yep.
Madison won 4 in a row. Thomas Dale was there. Thomas Dale just made it into the ESPN top 25 in the nation.
Yep.
Women's basketball.
They might have 5 Division I players on that team.
Yeah, Ann Miller was the team Stab always played. Georgetown Day School is ranked number 2 in DC.
Right, and y'all beat them.
Yeah, behind Sidwell. So in OP, obviously, who's the top dog in our area. So, basically, challenging ourselves. And one, like I tell the girls, if you want to get recruited, we got to play against this level of talent. So it's also been, it kind of has kept us where we are. We're good, but we're not great. We haven't been good enough yet to beat those teams. And really, outside of maybe 2 of those games, we couldn't even get in a sniff. So it kind of let me know as a coach, all right, as much improved as we are, we got this much further to go. And I got to come up with ways, and my assistants, Coach Brown, Coach Carter, the Coach C, to figure out to close that gap with the team we got now. So, again, one thing about my girls, I know they're going to play hard. They're going to compete. They ain't going to back down. But it's some basketball things that those teams and those coaches do better than us right now. So I got to get better, and the girls got to get better.
Now, which player has surprised you the most in a good way?
For our girls, to be honest, the ones that surprised me so far, on our team individually, I had to say probably, Savannah.
Yeah, right.
Savannah came from Brentsville, where she was a part of that state runner-up team. And I don't know if she's been in the role, where she scores a lot for us, inside and out. So she's been a welcome surprise. I know what I was getting with my other young ladies because I've had them, but she's been a welcome surprise for sure.
Yeah. To Mariah, your daughter. Now, being a freshman, I know she's like you. She's a coach on the court. Is she a coach on the court?
Yeah, she does a good job trying to talk through stuff, as you've seen at the games. She's always, trying to collect information or get it or give it from her teammates. So she does a good job with that. So, as a freshman,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Better. Who's better? Her as a freshman, as an athlete, or you as a freshman in high school?
Well, she's definitely a better basketball player. Maybe not a better athlete, but definitely a better basketball player. To be honest with you, I played basketball my junior and senior year. That was the first time I ever played organized. So
What?
she's definitely
That's what I was
a
going to
better
ask
bet.
you, Coach. Yeah, that's what. What is your history? Okay, we'll go back and we'll talk about
Yeah.
Freedom's history of girls basketball because I know some of the records. I used to ref a lot of the games before you came on board. But tell us now. We know you were a great football player, but I didn't even know you played basketball. So tell me
Yeah.
about your story in basketball.
So I always played, back then I played pickup basketball like everybody did.
What
I
was the
went to
spot, Coach? Where was the spot? If I came here, that's right. You're not me and James'
man,
age. Because when I first moved to Prince William County, I used to go ball, or I hooped all the time in Fairfax. When I moved here, I was like, where are the spots? Where was the places
all
you
right.
really
So
run?
I'm gonna give you this, like lineage quick. So I was a rec pack kid, Bailey's Crossroads Rec Center, Charlie
Oh
Garner,
yeah.
Crossroads, Lipscombs,
Yeah.
the halls, that's where, you there all day. All you doing is playing basketball, kickball,
Yep.
something. So that's where basketball became a thing, right? Then my uncle Les, my uncle Adrian, they used to take me and my brother, me first because I was older. We used to go play pickup at Nottoway.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Side and Stricker
Yeah.
Park, Side and Stricker. We used to go play at, and we used to play
Okay.
at that court in Alexandria, right by the waterfront. That basketball court that's right there by the water.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
yeah, that's literally right there by the water. So
Right by
those
the
are the
water.
big
Yeah.
spots for us. Then my
Okay.
dad always lived in Maryland, so we would go play at Rock Creek Park. We would go play at Anacostia Park sometime.
Woo!
And so
Oh
I
yeah. Okay.
always was tough playing because I was a football player, and then I always played with grown men. I never played anything organized basketball except with grown men. My house, when we lived in Woodbridge, Satterfield Drive, we was the house that everybody came to play basketball, and everybody
Yep.
complained in the neighbors because we had like 30 people out there.
Yep. That was
All the way back then. We was that house. You know what I
yes.
mean? So it started there, and then, I played at Hilton. Coach Barry, who's the head coach now,
Yeah.
was
Oh,
my
you played for him?
coach. Yep,
Oh
he was
wow.
my coach. We had a good basketball team. Just in that time, we weren't better than the other people in our area. I played AAU. Funny thing people don't know, after playing as a freshman at Tennessee State, I went to JUCO the next year, and I played both basketball and football.
Oh
Wow.
I
wow. Oh, you
traveled.
played at
We
JUCO? Wow.
played Cape Fear. We played Howard in Texas. We played
Oh,
Odessa Pyramid. So we played the
oh
big
snap.
boy, Texas El Paso. So I played, big time JUCO D1 basketball versus the top teams in the country. And just because, like you said, I'm at JUCO playing football, and then you bored in the winter, like I'm bored.
Right.
Let me go out there and play basketball. So, I was always an athlete, always a coach, a competitor. So I didn't like losing. I could play defense versus anybody.
Okay, your game, and that's what I was getting ready to ask you because my brother, about your side, played middle linebacker at Virginia Tech, played in the CFL. He played basketball at Bethel, but he used all 5 fouls. Okay, he was a rec league legend, but when he got to high school varsity, he played some D. Even to this day, he brags about his D. What was your game like? Who would you say if I was to say you could be an NBA person or a great college player? Who would we say? Oh, now I would say who I think you probably played like,
Go
but
ahead.
is it Charles Barkley, but not quite
So,
over the rim like that.
well, I could dunk. My first game dunking was versus Garfield
Oh
in high
wow.
school. So I could dunk
Okay.
probably. I could dunk and jump up and grab the rim with two hands probably up until 5 years and 27 pounds ago.
Okay.
Still, the kids used to challenge me all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm 35. I could jump up there and get up there. But I would say at the time, I probably was more like a Rod Strickland type player. Like I
Okay.
was a great passer, played great defense too. but I was a great facilitator and a coach at all times, even doing that. Like that's just how I was. Like at the JUCO I was at, they had tons of good D1 basketball players. I got the leadership award because I was always that person, no matter what. So I would say, Rod Strickland, I was a flashy passer. My dad was a flashy passer, you know what I mean? But I could play defense. That's just a football player mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How old are
Like
you, Coach?
6 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah. That's a
So
guard size. Yeah.
yes. So
So
I took pride in that.
could you knock down the jumper when you need it, or because if you like me, now I'm from Hampton. I went to Bethel. I was there a few years before Chuck, and everybody down there, we going to the basket. We going to the basket. Every now and then, if I get hot, I could hit a few jumpers. What was your game
So
like on the outside?
suspect.
Go back off you.
It was suspect. Like when you
Okay.
grow up playing street ball on a double rim,
Yeah,
you don't even want to mess with that jump shot. So
that's
it
right.
wasn't my strong point, but I knew that. So I wasn't out there jacking up no bunch of shots either. You know what I mean? If I got to the rim, I started trying to get a little better mid range, but no, my jump shot was probably, my weakness. And when I coached at Colonial Forge, I was the head freshman boys coach for many
Okay.
years there, and
I
4
didn't
years.
know that.
And then my last 2 years, we had a change in girls basketball for varsity. So Coach LaShawn Cook, Coach Cook at
Yeah,
Western
yeah.
Branch wife
Yep.
became the head coach. And then I
I
helped her
remember.
with Coach Howard. And that year we
Oh.
made it to the state semis and we lost to Cosby that had the girl going to North Carolina, the big girl going to
remember.
Wake Forest, and they had the guard that went to William and Mary. They were loaded. So I did girls basketball. We had some great girls during that time at Colonial Forge back then.
What's the girl that went to Maryland?
So she came the year after.
Okay.
Kira.
Because I refed a couple of her
Yep.
games, but I'm a big fan
Yep.
and friend of Tamika Dudley, and so they used to give Woodbridge fits, man. Those Colonial
Yeah.
Forge Woodbridge games. Oh,
Yeah. And so
yeah.
she came the year after, but I had like Nia, this young lady named what's her young name? She just played at Norfolk State last year and played against Camille Howard. She played against Dawn Staley and them in the first round. She played Kendra Stone, the two down, my man, he's a pastor, Holland girls, Kenya and Brittany. One played at Princeton. The other one went to Christopher New. So Colonial Forge during that time was good in girls basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I got to learn a lot, from Coach Cook and Coach Howard during that time. And, full speed, come to Freedom. Lee is my brother. He was the head coach.
Yeah.
And he got hurt like 4 days before the season, like 5 years ago. And he couldn't coach. And Miss Brown was like, "You the coach." And the principal at the time. And then, we had a decent year. And she was like, "You the coach until you get it like football." I was like, huh? So, I took that as a challenge. And like you said, I've been a part of it ever since. So, it's always been there.
Now, Coach,
that is cool.
How do you handle the time management from football and girls basketball? College is calling you players.
Well, especially because you're going to the state finals the last 2 years. Like,
yeah. So as anything, I was doing double duty. Like I would get out of football practice and go to girls basketball practice.
Wow.
Like literally. Now I'm gonna say this as anything I say in football. I have a great support group with girls basketball too. Coach Adam Brown, Coach Seeds. I had Takira. I got Coach Brew, Coach Bell. No, they take care of it. So let's say sometimes I need 35 minutes to decompress coming from the football boys. I sit in the office, grab me a bite to eat, then go out there. Anything I couldn't be at in the off season, they were Coach Brown and those guys, Coach C's, they would head it up. So I got good help and people that's got my back delivering the same message I am in my absence. And, it don't matter if it's work, real estate. When you got people that are doing that, you good. So they still waving the Coach Overton flag even when I'm not there. So I've been blessed and lucky. The twins, Tanya, You know, their mom, you know, does a lot of the admin stuff with the help, obviously, of Mariah's mom helping and making sure stuff is together for the basketball girls, not me,
Yeah.
for them. So just got great support. Now, only time I was in the conundrum, we literally were driving to Stab, St. Anne, Belleville, and I'm on the all region meeting like this on the Zoom. And I'm standing in the hallway on the region meeting while the girls are warming up. So the ref's like, Coach, we need you for the captains. So I take the phone with me. I'm standing there trying to finish this all region meeting because I'm like, yo, they about to try to jerk me out of this with, you know, Ticket and the kid from Mountain View. And that's what happened because I had to get off the call right at that time. So that put me in a tough spot. There's Saturday mornings. People don't know this. We play Madison on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And Battlefield. I did girls basketball practice both of those mornings before the game at 8 a.m. And some of the coaches like, bro, you ain't coaching girls basketball. We got a championship game. At one, I said, listen, man, my girls, this their year. Like, this got to be done too. Like, I'm invested in this all the way. So I haven't missed anything that I needed to be at. But as always, I got great support, like with the girls. I got great support.
That's great.
Now, question, I'm curious also, you played at Madison. The fans give you a hard time knowing who you are. And
oh, yeah. When we came in, they were like, Freedom. We thought this was Freedom South Riding. Like, this Freedom-Woodbridge. And they was like, oh, yeah, we don't like y'all. But they was like, but this not football. This girls basketball. And we run this. And I was like, remember you said that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember you said that. So anyway, yeah, they gave us a little grief at first, but they showed a lot of love afterwards and stuff like that. And coach came up to me and was like, you're the first coach to come in here and not complain about the reps the entire game.
Hey, that's good stuff, man. Look, Coach, I've checked and I didn't know until I actually checked. Like, so last year looks like that was the most wins in Freedom Girls basketball history. You had 11 wins last year. You've already met that this year. All right. And you still have games to play. That being said, so far, this is the most successful, without a doubt, season in Freedom Girls basketball history. If I was to ask you back in November, as you were getting started, while you were doing football and how you get starting girls basketball, Coach Overton, how would you define a successful season for this Freedom Girls basketball team? When the season's over, whether it ends at VCU, which y'all cutting down the nets, or if it's in the regions, or what, like when it's all said and done, and you look and you go, okay, I feel this is kind of what we were hoping. What would you say? What did you say? How would you define a successful season for your team?
Well, we talked about it tonight with the girls. You know, winning tomorrow puts the first ever girls anything championship on the wall in that school.
Absolutely.
That legacy for them, and I tell them it's not me. I got accomplishments up there. For them, that's forever. And they deserve that. They work toward it. And then the other part of it, and again, I don't think I got it wrong. Whoever wins our district is the number one seed in the region, no matter what.
Ooh, I hope so.
Okay.
So then that puts two really good teams on the other side. And, you know, if you make it to the regional championship and get a state berth.
You get a state, you get a state berth.
For us, it's that or nothing as far as it's district championship is successful season us. And then the icing on the cake is trying to figure out a way to get to VCU. And also for me, as always, I got a senior, Kania de Guzman, that is serious about basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see her find a basketball home because she, tore ACL in April. She just came back. Y'all saw her last night. She gave us an amazing spark, but that was only her third game back. And so district, get to the Siegel Center and see Kania be able to continue her dream with that. Those three things to me would be a successful season.
Yeah.
Y'all. So I'm gonna try make sure I try to get this video out. They are playing. You've played Cogan once already. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You played them at their place. All
Yeah.
right, and they won. But they also have a loss in the district. So if you beat them, you're tied in head to head, but then they have 2 losses in the district and you have 1, and your last game is against Garfield, a team I'll just say you handled them. You handled them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you can win tomorrow night, now let me ask you: is tomorrow night's game? Are they going to do it all girls, or are they going to play the 2 varsity, the girls varsity and the boys varsity?
No, it's all girls. You know.
Okay.
The ADs got lazy. They don't want to do double headers no more.
I know.
Man.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, man. Like, and where I grew up in Hampton, now we don't have freshman sports down there, but they do double headers, the varsity girls and then the varsity boys, and that's like,
It used to be like that. That's the best atmosphere there is.
yeah. And you get more fans to the girls' games, even if because they're going to get there early for the boys. But I'm telling you, once you go to these games, you're like, oh, I'm go to these. I'm gonna check out both games.
And that's where, to be honest with you, like, again, like when we went to Thomasdale, like Richmond girls basketball is in a great place with those 3 teams: Thomasdale, Manchester, James River. Even Holland Springs girls are good, but it was people there from Holland Springs. They was like, man, we just came to see you get your butt kicked because you beat us. We knew that you was gonna get your butt kicked out here in this basketball court. They was like, we just came. My son is number. I don't even got nobody at Thomasdale. We just had to come see you lose. I was like, dang. But we laughed, took pictures and stuff. But their atmosphere was crazy, in a good way. And like you said, even James Madison, the Fairfax schools have amazing atmosphere for basketball. Always have. And we played James Madison on a Wednesday during Christmas break, and there was tons of people in there. I think our area, the girls and the boys suffer when it's not the doubleheader thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly. So that's something I'd like to see bring back, not for adults, but for the kids, man. It was a different atmosphere.
Yeah. Over the years, I did games, man. I'm gonna tell you, because I was doing games like back with Kara Lawson, and I've done some of the private school games like with Monique Curry, Jasmine Thomas. Man, them girls' games would be packed. I'm telling you, they would be packed. And it was a lot of fun. Another place, people don't realize that basketball is big, is out in Loudoun County. If you go play Loudoun Valley on a Friday night, that place is like Cameron Indoor. It's like,
they're gonna yell out, Darryl.
Man, it was like, okay. Place was packed. They were all standing up, and so like you said, there are some areas up here in Northern Virginia and Richmond, and even down in Hampton Roads, when a team is good, they're given a lot of support. But,
and like you said, it's like I told the girls, like, if you look at our team, like, it's girls, like women's sports period in our school. This group of girls have been impactful to the school. The twins, Kaylani and Kaylana Johnson, they play soccer and girls basketball. Ashley plays soccer, girls basketball. Coach Adam Brown, my assistant, coach softball. Amy plays softball. The girls are impacting the school every which way they can, trying to figure out how to get a win. You know what I mean?
That's good.
How to get something. So, it's a special group. They compete. Like you said, it started, we started from the beginning, with the twins, Kania, Amaja Wright. Amaja is like our glue person. Number 4, she's only a sophomore. She do a little bit of everything. The twins are our toughness, our battering rams. Kania is the, all-around creator. Savannah is a modern big player. She can play inside out. Mariah's a shooter, obviously. We got a freshman, Angel, who's about 5'10" already.
Whoa.
And I leave her out there. It's the young lady, number 11. I leave her out there. She makes some mistakes, but I had to learn. I got to let her work through it if I ever want her to be the player she going to be. So I stopped yanking her out every time she mess up. And the coaches kind of reminded me, like, we just gotta live with her mistakes because we're gonna need her because she do got some potential. EJ's sister, Leah
Yeah.
Reed,
Oh,
plays
okay.
for us. She came from Garfield. So she's there. Diana is a senior. She's one of the 3 seniors we have. Her brother Benji plays football there, you know what I mean? So family, and then Amy is new to basketball. She plays, and then we got a thing that's more important than just the varsity. This is the first time that Freedom has had a girls JV.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was important to
Yeah.
our AD for, all the Title IX stuff. So those girls, Raven, Lene, Kiki, Chloe, Chastity, Promise, shout out to them too, which it may not seem like a big deal, but as we see with sports, it's a big deal in our area, having JV. So forget just wins and losses, man. The program has been built up, and, those girls deserve, they deserve what they're getting. They just got to give them couple more.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I appreciate you giving all that love out and those shout outs, Coach. I was going to ask you, so anybody, and I'll save that till the end, your last shout outs, but I do want to say this. What you're doing over there, and I can tell, man, look, you've been coaching football and you're a legend, but I see passion in you right now. You got to tell me some players that I can get on the show, because especially your seniors, and I can help get them some exposure. You've blessed us with your football players, but we'll talk after this, get some of those young ladies on, and make sure that they get some love too, because we got to make sure we're doing this for our community. Inside Nova does what they can, but they don't have a big staff, so that's why we here plug in for
Absolutely.
that.
And I say all the time, like, everybody watch it. Like, I don't care if you Freedom, where you at. If you Woodbridge, Prince William County, you should be getting behind, obviously everything Jay has with his page, but the Kirk and Byrd Show, man, we need as many eyes on our babies, our kids as possible, man. Like, so anybody that watch, like, subscribe, share, even if you just send it to your family members, you never know who knows who. And again, all our kids, I don't care if it's Woodbridge kids, Freedom, OP, Kogan, whoever, they deserve all the notoriety and love and attention that they get for doing all the right things. All the bad things get glorified all the time. So, shout out to y'all, another group of people, men, glorifying the good things. I'm just, here to continue. Like I said, everybody like, subscribe, share, period. Post it, show love to, not me, forget me, the kids, the babies, the schools, they deserve it.
Yep. No, I appreciate that, man. You have blessed us tonight. Now, is there anything else you want to promote? Do you have any camps? Any things that your youth football? Is there anything else you want to promote? Because, man, I want to make sure you get the chance to do your stuff, man.
Man, like you said, no promotion needed. Everybody know what it is with the youth stuff, man. It started off, like you said, I do that for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, forget that. The more eyes we get, keep building up this show, the more people we can get to all our stuff. Youth, softball, football, basketball. Like you said, we got girls softball though. I will say that. Like, anybody out there with girls, we got coaches. We do have girls softball now. That's important to us. We're building that program up. They have a 8U and a 12U team. So that's big for us. I'll get you guys out one time, man. 7-on-7 for playmakers this year. We got 100 kids. We got all the kids from all over the county, all the way to Fairfax. So, it's a vibe. But again, glory be to, all the girls sports, trying to build that up now as well, even within my organization.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Jay, you have anything else?
No. Go Freedom.
Yeah, and so again, I didn't say this but Jay, we normally say it on the others. Jay is the voice of Freedom, not just football, but also girls and boys basketball there. And he does a great job with the music, announcing and all that. Hey, look, I got one last one, Coach. Now I know your passion in football and how you coach, but do you coach any differently when you're coaching young ladies as opposed to young men in football? And I asked that because I was a football coach for years, and but then I also coached Kendall Dudley in basketball. It's funny because her mom was my assistant just so we could be coaching together. But look, coaching them girls like football players. Now, and Kendall could take it because her mom, because of Tamika. But how do you coach your young ladies?
With the same accountability you coach anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's only one way to do this. I watched that Pat Summitt. Like sometimes I feel like, dang, I'm being rough on these girls. And then I watched that Pat Summitt, ESPN 30 for 30. And then you hear Gino, you see Don, you see Coach Mulkey. Forget that. Our own local great coaches, Coach Kelly, the gentleman at Gainesville, I don't know his name. I got the coach. They coaching with the same conviction. And the ladies, the women appreciate the same accountability. With women's sports, you kind of have to deal with the emotional side a little bit more, but it's not you, it's them, stuff that they got going on that normally boys would address with bravado, you know what I mean? But they love the same accountability. And one thing, I don't care if it's football, girls basketball, I can say without doubt, my players know I love them. Like, even if we disagree, and check ourselves, like, shoot, it's family. I tell you, even, Kania, like, she think I could do more for her recruiting wise. And I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But I got to humble myself. And I was like, cool, I'm going to do it. I'm going to send out 1,000 emails if nobody don't say nothing. So that made me go back and revisit what I was doing. But again, it's the same. They know I love the person. The player going to play for you. If you love the person, the player going to play. We together all the time. We we eat after school together. We stay together. We together on the weekends. We go watch each other's older siblings play at different, the twin sister plays at Chawan. We go do that. We've been to team camps together. So they still OTF and family too. They all came to the state championship game last year, not this year because they played. Like, so they come to, so every game on Friday nights, the girls are there. They walk in with the boys. You just don't see them. You know what I mean? Like, they're with me the entire time. Then when the game is over, they go up and we get in our group text. Hey, everybody made it home. Home. So I love the person. The player gonna play. You know what I mean? If you love the person, develop the person, the player gonna show up. Cause you know what I mean? Y'all know that. I don't want to get no tangent about that, but that's what it is.
No, man, I coached track for years. I coached girls soccer, basketball, but I was track is the one I had a lot of success. Take girls going to nationals and winning a lot of state championships. And I treated them girls just like I would teach football play. In fact, I was just like I did football training. But what's rewarding is when years later I see somebody say, "Hey, Coach Rusty," and they give me a big hug. Young girl, lady, I have athletes running track right now at JMU, Seton Hall, and just a bunch of Air Force Academy. But they come up and give me a hug, and they was like, "Thank you so much." They were like, "Your practices were tougher than what I'm doing in college and high school." So I'm like, okay, But
so that's what it is. You know what I mean? So again, like, ain't no different. They want the same type of coaching. You know what I mean?
And they can tell when you care.
True. And they know that. They know that. I might not do everything perfect, but they know the accountability is gonna be the same and for everybody. So
yeah. I appreciate you giving us love. Anything else? Anybody else you want to shout out?
No, man, it's all love. Just shout out y'all, like I said. Like, subscribe, follow, post it. Just repost it if nothing else, man.
Let this video right here not because of me, not because of Jay, not because of Coach D.O., because of the girl. Like, what they're doing is amazing. So y'all put this out there and let this get a lot of views, because women's sport, I'm gonna tell you, our biggest views last year were Brentsville girls. So let's do that. All right.
Shout out, I forgot, Coach Ham at Freedom. He started a leadership group of athletes in the school, and the twins are part of that. Courtney and EJ are part of that. Just to getting the athletes to do different leadership stuff in the school. And then shout out Unified Sports that they got going on with the special needs and taking the athletes to coach against other schools. So all my girls and the boys involved in that. So shout out Mr. Ham. Shout out Ms. Bowell, Ms. Raquel Byrd, everybody in our sped department. And again, like you said, there's good things going on with that group of girls, period. They impacting the school all the way around.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Well, thanks again, Coach. Thanks, Jay. Hey, look, this has been amazing. I really, it was more than I could have ever expected. So for Coach Overton, Jay Gholson, this is Rusty Byrd for the Kirk and Byrd Show. We are out.